when their guy plays some games. Alright, hi everybody, Weather Guy here. We are back with some more gosh darn Sunless skies. Hope you're doing great. We are making our journey back up to Port Avon to turn in a trophy, and then we're going to New Winchester to see if we've reached our ambition. I'm not entirely sure if we have. And then, time permitting, we're going to the nature reserve. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, hope you're doing great. I'm recording this right after the last one, so things are pretty seamless for me. It's the word I guess I'm looking for. More bees though. A lot more bees. We're gonna run for it actually this time. Too many bees. Let's get this though. Oh, too much stuff. Never mind. Never mind. Let's jettison one supply. We have to transfer it and then jettison. Alright, go. It was a trap. Oh my god, things picked up so quickly. Oh, it turned us sideways. Oh shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. But for real, that was... Leave me alone. We're a minute in and things are already hectic. Much more hectic than I was expecting, because look at our health. It was already fairly low when we started. We couldn't risk these fights. We would have died right there, I think, if we tried to fight both those bees. I'm pretty confident we would have died, so I feel like running was a smart choice in that instance. I know sometimes I'm stubborn and I stick around too long, but this time, it's not worth the risk at all. It's not like they're gonna drop some crazy loot, you know? At best, I might get enough experience to level up. But yeah. Hopefully the rest of today is more chill than that. We'll see. Hope y'all are having a great Monday or Tuesday, whatever day you're watching this. Again, if you like this series, feel free to check out my many other series. I upload videos every single day. Just crazy. Alright, so first we have to go to the Nowhere Inn. We have to go upstairs. Oh, we have to raise our welcome once again. Okay, we can do that. The dock. And then Port Avon. And then share gossip. Now we have more welcome, but we're getting a little low on gossip, so we have to keep an eye on that. So now we go to the Nowhere Inn. And then we go upstairs. Oh, we can recruit here too. We do need to recruit more people. I forgot our numbers are so low. Oh no. Oh no, I just noticed that. Alright, we're gonna recruit once we get to New Winchester in a bit. Although we can't just recruit one of these people. 10 is not bad. Let's recruit one. Why not? They don't even ask you for an advance. They sneak from their home that night with a bag of personal effects and meet you aboard your engine. You put them to work. Great, we get one. We can get another one too if we want to, but I don't want to wear out our welcome, so let's head upstairs. So we can deliver our trophy. What do we get? Not sure yet. Let's see. Stout veteran looks deep into its eyes. Not so tough now, are we? He crows. Jenkins, fetch the nails. Gained 100 sovereigns and 50 XP. Not too bad. Now let's request membership. Or we have to do one of each before we get the membership. I see. Okay. Bazaar. Anything we want to do here at the bazaar? We can buy another verdant seed. This is great. And then I think that's it. I think we just continue on to New Winchester at this point. Again, we're going to avoid any combat we come across. We're going to get to New Winchester. We're going to fill up our crew. We're going to fuel up on supplies. Oh gosh. We can take a cane tankery. Oh, there's two. Ugh. I don't know about two. Two's kind of scary. No, we can't even loot it. Let's go. We're full on supplies. We're full on our luggage. We're leaving. But we can stop here. Maybe we'll... Oh, no, we can't. We don't have a saying. Alright. But yeah, that would have been a dumb place to pick a fight. Not just because our health is low, but because we would have had to jettison something to loot anything. So there, what's the point, right? Gosh, I can't believe I fell for that bait that had the Explorer inside of it. How foolish was I? We also need to turn in our port reports that we got, which is good. That'll help out a bit. What was it, 2, right? Yeah. Great. Nothing else we can really do here right now. At least nothing that I really want to do. I like saving up and then trading to affect the world more. Which might not be the optimal choice, but it's what I enjoy doing. Da, da, da. Let's see, what else we got? Oh no. Oh, we were so close to selling it. Oh. Tensions are high and the crew are making mistakes. The preternaturally fertile seeds of the Reach must be stored with the utmost care. A flicker of light, a lap of moisture, and they burst into violent growth. Like the sack in your hold from which questing vines have grown, nodding around your cargo. Alright. Let's just won't save them. We'll just get its supplies. That's fine. Gain a terror? That's fine. That's the second time that's happened recently. Not fun. Repair? That's going to cost us a penny. 99 pennies to be exact. And then we go to station to recruit more people. Whoops. Whoops. I pushed a button on the back of my controller. And sometimes it does stuff. Hire crew. Many crew. Yeah, it is more expensive to do it because the other guys were 10 that we got at Port Avon. Okay. That's right, we did try to hire crew the other day, but we can only do it like one time. And then we had to wait. Alright, let's check out our ambition now. 7. Perfect! The first step. Okay, begin writing the Song of the Sky. That's a level up. You sit at your desk. The blank page yawns before you like an abyss. Memories crawl from the depths. The spiteful howl of the sky winds the honey roar of a well-kept engine. Darkness, the stars. Gather tales of terror and sky stories to begin the song. We did that. Lost 7. Gained 1,000 XP. That's great. Oh, before you can truly begin the Song of the Sky, you must make a decision. Are you writing about a fictional character, merely drawing inspiration from your own experiences? Or are you writing an explicit memoir? You know, I kind of like the idea of a memoir because I feel like our journey here is spectacular enough to beat out any fiction we can imagine, if that makes sense, you know? And even if it's less spectacular than a fiction, the fact that it's a true story really elevates it. You know what I mean? We're definitely doing a memoir. Perfection. You don't see the need to attach a different name and face to this story. Even the thinnest veneer of falsehood could detract from the whole. This is the Song of the Sky, and you will sing it in your own voice. Perfect. Find a publisher for the first canto of the Song of the Sky. Okay. At first, each word must be individually wrestled from your recalcitrant mind. And somewhere between brain and paper they lose their luster. Finally, just as the mountain of crumpled paper beside your desk has reached your knees, you strike something. A match, a vein, a melancholy chord. You write until you need to sleep. Then you sleep until you need to write. When you resurface, the first canto is complete. Well, now, you've not nearly finished the song, not yet. Perhaps you've written enough to show to a publisher. Okay. Find a publisher. The reputable publishing houses of New Winchester are crammed into Smoghorn Street, where the roaring presses give the impression of a nearby sea. Your first pitch begins swimmingly. Remarkable, murmurs the editor. Effortlessly lyrical, mythological in ambition. When you ask after a deal, however, he shakes his head. No, it won't make a penny. You work your way down the street, your increasingly bedraggled manuscript clutched close to your chest. Finally, you catch an editrix just as she leaves for the day. I won't publish this, she says, flipping through the pages. But I know someone who might. She jots an address on the back of your manuscript. Okay. It's a crooked house in an unsavory part of town. As you open the door, you are buffeted by cigarette fumes. A man appears amid the smoke, his hands slithering into yours. You're the one who's been terrorizing Smoghorn Street, says the omnivorous publisher, his grin encompassing his face. Let me see. He snatches the manuscript. Excellent, he says, breathing twin plumes of appreciative smoke as he reads. I'd like to offer you a deal. Negotiate a contract. The publisher sits at his desk, and you almost lose sight of him behind the swamp of paperwork, books thick with bookmarks, and overflowing ashtrays. Success on this challenge will net you a larger advance. An advance, you say? We have a 100% chance of success. After long hours of negotiation, during which you inhale enough secondhand cigarette smoke to poison the cat, you work out a suitable advance. The omnivorous publisher agrees to publish your work serially, canto by canto. He hauls a tarpaulin aside with a flourish to reveal a slumbering behemoth of a printing press. Tomorrow, the song will be talk of the town, he assures you. His prophecy doesn't come true. First canto is a brief sensation, subject of a few days' dinner party conversation among literary circles, but it soon sinks into obscurity as the next curiosity comes along. Perhaps the publisher might help you make a success of the second. Gain 100 sovereigns. You know, when we were getting in advance, I was expecting more than 100 for some reason. I was expecting 5,000. This is a big quest, you know? That's okay. It is just in advance, it's not the whole thing. So, what do we need to write this? We need a momentous exploit. I don't even know how to get that. Maybe he knows. The publisher's office, which you suspect is also his house, is even more dilapidated than when you first visited. The doorknob comes off in your hand. If you want to make the second canto an extraordinary success, write about something extraordinary, says the publisher, jabbing his cigarette into his desk for emphasis. Something that no one will be able to ignore. Alright, we have to get a momentous exploit. The publisher leans back amid a halo of smoke. Imagine I'm the average man on the street. By which I mean a Philistine of the lowest order. What have you done lately to capture my attention? We've done things. These are all things that we could do. Some things we have done. The Knight of Clocks, Tame Time, Saint of the Wells. Ooh. I wonder, I wonder if the wells are the large terror things, you know? I wonder if you go down and it's actually a well beneath whatever the terror is. Maybe, I don't know. Explored the Boatman, which is a legendary wreck. Member of Parliament. Revolutionary of Brabazon. Stole a jewel from Albion's. We can do all this crazy crap? Scourge of Monsters. Enemy of the Gods. Oh my god. Burn the divine wrath of all the sky gods at once. Wow. Okay. Let's look at any other. Knight of Clocks. Savior of the sun. You've stoked the heatless fires of the clockwork sun. Without your efforts, Albion would be a darker place. Champion of the Windward Company. Alright, so we've discovered the fate of the Parzival, which is a legendary wreck. Remember that. Or with the hero of the tactics, you play a decisive role in the Winchester War and your heroic deeds are celebrated. I like that one, because that's more on brand of what we're about, you know? The Tackities will want to read all about their hero, says the publisher with a glinting smile. The Stovepipes will want to study the tactics of one of their greatest enemies. This will mean fame and notoriety, of equal measure. I hope you're ready. Write the second canto. Great. You sit at your desk. You stand, you pace, you sit again. You stare from the window. Where to begin? You remember the look in the publisher's vaguely reptilian eyes when you first told him the story? A mix of disbelief, awe, and half-concealed greed. He'd been a kinder audience than the blank page. You begin to type, remembering how you worded your story in that first telling. Soon, the typewriter is clacking and ringing merrily. The story stirs in your mind like some disturbed undersea monster, unspooling its tendrils before rushing Leviathan-like to the surface. I love this. 1500 more XP. It's crazy. A pause in your fevered typing. Before you write any further, you must make a decision. There are many ways to tell a tale. Are you writing dry journalism with a hint of dark humor? Page turner with bounding, scintillating prose? Or yearning verse tinged with melancholy? I kind of like just doing prose. Like a classic story, I don't want it to be. I don't trust myself to write good poetry. And I think with poetry, then some things can be misinterpreted or lost in translation, right? So we're going to go with standard prose. Your aim is simple: to devour the reader whole, and to only regurgitate them when you are sure you are done with them. Words spit like lightning from your fingertips. Man, sorry. This is a random coincidence, but there's a scene in Better Call Saul, which, if you haven't seen it, it's a phenomenal show. It's maybe the best show I've ever seen. And anyway, the title character, Saul Goodman, he goes into a total rage at one point, and it's almost cartoonishly crazy, yelling in the middle of a courthouse, right? And he yells, "Lightning is shooting from my fingertips," as someone's walking away from him. He's just absolutely insane. Definitely check that scene out. That show is so good. You should really watch it. Probably watch Breaking Bad first, but they're both top 5 shows all time for me, easily. Anyway, back to the freaking game we're playing. Words spit like lightning from your fingertips. The typewriter shudders and clanks in protest under the strain. You write in a kind of fury, your mind's eye raging with images of gloating stars and endless burning emptiness. Then you sit back, exhausted, as you realize you've run out of words. The second canto is complete. When you take the second canto to the omnivorous publisher, he flashes a goblin-like grin. "We're going to set the city on fire," he declares with convincing menace. Let's publish it. The next day, copies of the first and second cantos are being ruthlessly hawked by bookstalls and enterprising penny vendors across the city. "The extraordinary tale of the hero who changed the course of the Winchester War," declares one tackety supporting salesman, waving copies of your pamphlet in the air like a holy text. "A villain for the ages," shouts another who evidently favors the Windward Company. "Learn of the traitor and scoundrel who destroyed our hopes of a better tomorrow." The second canto is quickly the subject of fevered gossip and speculation. Could it all be true? Newspapers deign to review it and throw around words like astonishing to describe both your exploits and your prose. Wow, this is actually sick. I love this. I love this part of the game. Oh my god, we can write the third canto! We're on such a roll. We've done so much stuff. We can do so many things. Second canto caught the public's eye. The third must somehow live up to its predecessor. That's a thing about trilogies, right? It's very hard for a trilogy to go first is good, second's better, third's the best, And I saw our director one time talking about this in a YouTube short. I think it might have been Scorsese, but he said the only perfect trilogy that did great about starting from a single premise and then just expanding on it in a better way each time was the Fistful of Dollars trilogy. The Good, Bad, and Ugly is the third of that trilogy with Clint Eastwood. And I thought that was very interesting. And it makes me want to watch that series because I haven't seen it. And I like Western stuff, So that's another tangent for you. I'm on the tangents today, dude. But third canto. Let's take a quick brief break to do our facet, Look at all these we have so far. It's feeling great. Let's add another one. What do we need, right? We need more mirrors. We need more mirrors. We need more mirrors and more of veils. So maybe this one, the seance. London was upset. Oh, this is also the same sort of thing where it's. I like A Promise of Days better. Well, what did the winds of fate hold in store? Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do a seance. London was obsessed with the occult. A flamboyant army of mediums claimed to be able to pierce the veil and commune with the dead. Your hands held those of the guests to either side, claiming the dark. The medium's voice was raw and yearning. Why were you there? You are a plant. You used a concealed device to contribute eerie knocks and groans to the ambience. Everyone there wanted proof of the impossible. You merely obliged. I love that. Because, confession, I'm really talking a lot about myself today. I'm sorry. I'm in an amazing mood for some reason. But confession, I don't really believe in ghosts at all. You know? It might be silly. I definitely believe in like extraterrestrials and aliens and all that. But ghosts, I'm not sure. There might be something resembling ghosts out in space or something, but I don't really believe in traditional ghosts as we think of them here on Earth, you know? And I don't know if that makes me crazy or not crazy or whatever, but what I do think, I think most people can agree with, is that even if ghosts exist, that they are not dangerous. So I'm not really, even if they were real, I don't know if I'd be afraid of them. Because you never actually really hear tales of ghosts actually harming people, right? So, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it. Now let's get to this freaking third canto. I'm sorry. No contemplation, no procrastination, no hours of prolonged hesitation. Not this time. Gosh, I want to go on another tangent. Oh my god, I gotta stop myself. Your story catches you like a fever, and your fingers whirl so fast you threaten to tangle your typewriter's keys. Okay. 2,500 experience. We're about to level up again. Not this time. That's a tangent. Not this time. That's. Oh gosh, what's the guy's name? The guy from Star Trek, from Next Generation, who plays Commander Riker. I forget his name, but he had that Unsolved Mysteries show, and there's these like montages of him on YouTube from that show, where it would be like he just tells you no, right? He's like, "Not this time. We gotcha. You're wrong. This story was invented by a writer," that sort of thing. And that just reminded me of that. Highly recommend you check this out. I think if you just type in Commander Riker, not this time, it'll come up. Yeah. Anyway, we got our third done. A pause in your fever typing. Before you write any further, you must make a decision. Are you depicting your actions as purely heroic, or are you going to be honest? For this one, we're going to be honest. I think we got to be honest. I don't want to actually lie, you know? You got to be honest. You'll not flinch from bearing your own flaws and foibles and occasional felonies. Foibles is a great word that I've only ever heard on The Office. It's not just honesty that compels you to tell the truth. This will make for a better story. A captain of many shades, a mirror reflecting both light and dark. Hopefully it won't cause you too many legal problems. I do love protagonists who are complex and sometimes make decisions that are unpopular. Especially if you ever watch Black Sails, that's like maybe the biggest theme of that show, and I love it. Anyway, you stare at the half-empty page and panic. For a moment, you fear you've lost your terrible momentum. But then the story catches you in its arms again, and you are a golem, a conduit, a ghost, desperate to relay its final message. You write until your fingers are blistered, until the ending catches you by surprise. You recline, sweat-drenched. The third canto is complete. When you take the third canto to the omnivorous publisher, he scans it with an empty grin before handing it to one of his assistants. How long has he had assistants? I wonder if this guy is pocketing a lot of our money, right? "Another masterpiece," he says. "You never cease to amaze." The omnivorous publisher's assistants flit around the printing press like tiny fish around the jaws of a shark. He sits back and pours himself a whiskey. The excited speculation around the second canto had only just begun to die down, and now vendors selling the third canto find themselves mobbed by small, eager crowds whose zeal has been reawakened. Over the next few days, you spot citizens of all stripes reading your pamphlet, from a vagrant under a bridge to a monocled aristocrat. Journalist interviews you, and any suspicion of his hostility evaporates when he starts stammering his admiration of your work. All the newspapers heap praise. For weeks, you're the toast of New Winchester's coffee shops and bookstores and other bastions of culture. Now we need to know another momentous thing, and I think we have one. Publisher leans back amid, okay. Legendary wreck. We did that one too. The publisher is silent for a long time once you finish telling your tale. He blinks a few times. Even his cigarette is extinguished. Stunning, he says finally. Make sure you write exactly like that. The fourth canto. Man, this episode is all cantos. We leveled up again. 5k XP. The blank page is no longer a source of panic. It's a field waiting to be sown. A block of marble hiding 100 sculptures. A sail that will whisk you to seas unknown. You sit down, crack your knuckles, and prepare to write. Before you launch yourself into writing the Song of the Sky, you reread the previous 3 cantos. You're surprised to find that its ethos, its purpose, are taking shape with a clarity you hadn't noticed or planned. Your attempts to capture the sky in words have tended to return, again and again, to a similar theme. Ooh, I like adventure. I like adventure because I haven't felt lonely. I haven't felt a ton of horror. I felt adventure. I felt us exploring new places. I felt our close calls. And it's been a long life, you know? This captain has seen some stuff, and I think adventure is the best summary of it. Again and again, you've intoxicated readers with that delirious cocktail of excitement and fear. The battles, the intrigues, the pursuits, and other things which warrant exclamation marks. Themes had once lurked in the recesses of your mind now rise unbidden to the surface, shaking the last vestiges of your subconscious from their flanks. You finally get the sense that you know what you're doing. More importantly, where you're going. You sit to write, fingers flying, that shining specter of an ending blaze like a beacon in your head. So finally, you reach it. The fourth canto is complete. The omnivorous publisher puffs a cigar and holds your manuscript up to the light. A jeweled watch sparkles on his wrist. How long has he had that? Yep. He definitely is getting more money, right? First it's the assistants, now it's the watch. He owes us money. You should celebrate tonight, he says, pouring you a generous helping of whiskey. Then I want you to go straight home and start the next one. No detours. A fleet of assistants begin feeding paper into a dozen clanking printing presses. Machinery roars, and the fourth canto is born. Notice last time, there was only a single printing press. Now it's a fleet of assistants, a dozen printing presses. You don't have time to ascertain the reaction yourself. The omnivorous publisher has arranged matters on your behalf, and you find yourself whisked away on a whirlwind tour of book signings and interviews. Your pen hand cramps from signing. You collect a reliable stable of answers to the most awkward questions from journalists and readers alike, especially an answer to the most awkward of all. When's the next one? Soon, you assure them, but by the time it's all over, you are beyond exhausted and in no fit state to write. Fourth canto remains top of the bestseller list for weeks. Song in the Sky looms in your mind, an unfinished monument. We need 2 moments of inspiration and 2 unlicensed charts, so we are nowhere near this. We have neither of those things. Sadly. But, that's okay, let's do another facet. Man, 2 level ups, that's crazy. It's been a good day for us. I think we do... Let's do... Man, do we just do it again? Mirrored and the other one? Veils? Let's do the Promise of Days. We skipped this one last time. Her Majesty offered the earliest pioneers to enter the heavens a grant of 30 years if they could build houses and necessities for those who would follow. You were one of the first of the doors to the sky and accepted the offer. How did you spend the Queen's hours? Gallivanting! You took the offered time and fled, leaving your crimes and past behind. While London grew, you explored the wide sky, untroubled by laws or horizons. Perfect. And we got, I think it was a sky story out of that too. We're doing good. We're doing great. Alright, let's go back. Anything in the bazaar? Do we... Munitions? And... 150 at Carillon. We don't know where either of those places are, so we're not going to do that. Let's go to the market, though. We do have some stuff to sell. We're going to keep the unseasoned hours. We can sell the nectar, and we can sell the literature, I think. And the seeds. That puts us at a solid 2,500. Now we're going to stack up. I think we said we're going to do... Let's do 7 each. Up to 7 on each. No, that's too much. That fills us up completely. That's silly. Well, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Let's fill us up to 5 on each. That gives us enough room to carry 5 additional things, which seems reasonable. Alright, anything else we want to do today? We've done a lot. We're pretty great on money right now. Let's look at the engine yard again, because I think we can buy this one too. For another 2,000. And this one. But I don't know if it's worth it, you know? I kind of want to build up more money before we consider getting another ship. Just to be safe, you know? So let's go to the station again. Anything else here we want to look at before we go on? I don't think so. I think we're good. We still can do stuff with this. Trying to consider 66% of a chance to explode the lock if we have. That's pretty good. I'll consider that. All right, let's keep that in mind if we get what we need, right? But that's all we got for today. We did not do a lot in terms of moving around and exploring, but we made a lot of progress on our Cantos, man. That feels great. Next time, for sure, we're going down to the nature reserve. And then I'm not sure what's after that. We'll see. But I'm feeling great. I'm feeling awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around. I'm going to say that I think this is my second favorite episode of the series. I think it definitely is. The first favorite is the one where I had my first death. That was just... That's the one that actually sold me on the game in terms of the rising tension and how scary it can be, right? And how things can pile up when you're not careful. But this sold me on how expansive the world is, right? Not just seeing all of the different great things that we could possibly do to advance our Cantos, right? That long list of items. It's crazy. Steal the jewels from the crown? Join Parliament? Crazy. So that really opens my eyes, and just going through all the different parts of the writing was super fun. And it leveled us up a lot and gave us a little bit of money. And just curious about how much farther that line goes, right? And it feels good to expend a lot of that currency we've been building up, and that feels so validating to be able to use that because we worked hard for it, you know? And now we are in a fantastic spot in terms of money, in terms of how far we are with our ambition, I think. We're feeling great. But I think we're going to hold off still on going to Albion a bit longer. We're going to start probably working more on exploring again and also discovering more about what's up with our officers, you know? Because I've only talked to them a little bit. We need to do more of that next time as well. But we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. This was a really fun one. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you take care of others, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.